Now in this video I'm going to demonstrate again how to declare and call a function that but this time I want my function to have multiple parameters. So I'm going to declare a function, let's call it getAverage, and I'm going to put here quiz1, just going to put q1, q2, q3, q4. Okay. So next is what I want to do is declare a variable here called average, and I want to use that to contain the average of these, let's say 4 quiz scores. Okay. Average is average. Okay. So now that I have a function that computes the average, and I have a function also that also takes in 4 arguments, so now it's time to call or use that function. So what I want to do is I want the user to give me these quiz scores, and then I want to pass those quiz scores rather, to the function, and then in turn the function computes the average for me. So I'm gonna put here quiz1, quiz2, quiz3, quiz4. Okay. So remember, this is a function that all it does is compute the average and displays it. Okay. It's not involved in getting the quiz scores from the user. All it does is simply take in the four quiz scores and shows the average. Okay. So therefore, to ask the user to enter the quiz scores, we'll have to do that outside of the function, and that's why we are typing these statements. So quiz1 equals parse float prompt enter quiz1 score. Okay. And I'm just going to copy and paste that, placing these. Okay. So now that I have the 4 quiz scores, how do I use the function to compute the average and display it? Now, the name of the function is called getAverage. So I'm going to put here getAverage. And then, instead of putting the scores here myself, like 150 and 80 and 25, rather than doing that myself, I'm going to use these variables that contain the quiz scores the user entered. So I'm going to pass these, well, the contents of these variables, not the variables themselves, but the contents of these variables to my function. So whatever they contain, whatever numbers they contain, will be passed to the function. So in effect, whatever's in here gets copied into this parameter. Whatever's in quiz 2 gets copied into q2. Whatever's in quiz 3 gets copied into q3. And whatever's in quiz 4 gets copied into q4. Okay, that happens as soon as the browser encounters this line. And then from there, the browser proceeds in running these statements. So let's see how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. Okay, call this example3.html and test it in Safari. Not that that matters, I just want to test it in Safari. So I'm going to put here 100, quiz 2 score is 90, quiz 3 score is 80, quiz 4 score is 70, and the average is, that is right, 85. Okay, so let's try that again, but this time I'm going to use Chrome. So quiz 1 score is 100, quiz 2 is 90, quiz 3 is 80, quiz 4 is 70, and average is 85. So we have here, okay, an example of a function with multiple parameters. Because there are 4 parameters, therefore I need 4 arguments to my function. Whenever I call the function, I need 4 arguments. Now there are cases, more complex declarations where the number of parameters do not necessarily mean the number of arguments, but in a fundamental level, the number of arguments, I mean, sorry, the number of parameters that you see inside the function declaration will tell you how many arguments you need to have when you call the function.